I'm fine, thank you. Asad, so you haven't attended the last class.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you are going to have a lot of difficulty in this session because I will be discussing a very connected topic in this class. Never mind. Let's start with the elasticity of demand. First of all, we will revise and recall everything that we have covered in the previous class. Only then we will proceed further. See, in the previous class, we were discussing about the elasticity of demand, and I have told you that elasticity of demand refers to the basically elasticity refers to the sensitivity or responsiveness of a customer with respect to any factor. When demand of a commodity changes due to some factor of the some factor that affect demand, it is called demand is elastic. So whenever there is change in demand due to any factor, this is called demand is elastic. But when we discuss the elasticity of demand, we consider only three factors. We consider the factor income, price, and price of the related good only. So in order to define elasticity, we can say that elasticity of demand refers to the percentage change in demand of commodity due to percentage change in any of the factor affecting demand. And what are the factors that affect demand? Demand can be affected by fashion, habit, custom, income, price of related good, prices of the commodity. There are so many factors that affect the demand of the commodity. So when demand changes due to any of the factor, we will call it demand is elastic, right? But whenever we discuss the concept of elasticity, we only consider three factors. We do not consider all the factors. We only consider three factors, and those three factors are income and price of the related good. When demand changes due to income of the consumer, when demand changes due to change in the income of the consumer, suppose customers income, when customers income increases, demand changes, demand increases. Or when customers income decreases, demand also decreases. This is called demand is elastic to the income. Therefore it is called income elasticity. And when demand of the commodity changes due to change in the price of related commodities, right? Change in the price of substitute good, change in the price of complementary good, then it is called cross elasticity. Whereas when there is a change due to change in the price of the commodity, then it is called price elasticity of demand. According to our syllabus, we only have to cover this part, price elasticity of demand. We do not have to basically study about income elasticity and cross elasticity. So our discussion will be restricted to the price elasticity only. Now, after that, we have explained the meaning of price elasticity of demand. And in this, I have told you that when there is percentage change in demand of the commodity, due to the percentage change in price of the commodity, it is known as price elasticity of demand. When demand changes due to change arising in the price of commodity, it is called price elasticity of demand. And what does the price elasticity show? It shows the sensitivity or responsiveness of the customer. It shows whether a customer is responsive to the change in price or not. And I have also told you that higher the degree of elasticity, higher the value of elasticity, higher will be the sensitivity of the customer with respect to the price of the commodity. After that, we have also covered that there are three methods to solve the price elasticity of demand, to calculate the price elasticity of demand. And there are three methods such as percentage method, geometric method, expenditure method. According to our syllabus, we just have to cover the percentage method only. We are not required to study about what is geometric method and expenditure method. We will just be talking about the percentage method. And percentage method is also called proportionate method or flex method. And this is how percentage method is basically written: percentage change in quantity demanded of a commodity divided by percentage change in price. So all of these things we have discussed in the previous session, and today we will start with this question. All right, so this is a question and we need to find the price elasticity of demand. If the price of an ice cream cone increases from rupees 2 to 2 rupees 20 paisa, and the amount you buy falls from 10 to 8 cones, then your elasticity of demand, how would you calculate a price elasticity of demand? So basically, let me just summarize this question for you. Just a minute. question we have basically two types of information, price and information regarding the quantity. Price of commodity was earlier, it was 2 rupees, and at rupees 2, 10 units of the ice creams were demanded, right? And when price of the commodity increases to 2.20, demand falls to 8 units. All right, so this is our question. Price is just a minute. All right, price is 2, quantity is 10, price rises to 2.20, and quantity fall by 2 units. So we need to find the elasticity of demand. So how we will do it? See, I said there are basically two formulas to calculate elasticity of demand. In this case, we will apply this formula, percentage change in quantity and divided by percentage change in price of good. All right, so this is the formula. We need to find the percentage change in quantity. So there is initially demand was at 10 unit. When the price rises to 2.20, demand falls to 8 unit. So we can see here is that price is declining by 20%, right? There is decrease in demand of the commodity by 20%. Demand was initially 10, now decreased to 8 unit. So it means that demand fall by 20%. And what about price? Price was initially 2 and it goes to 2.20. So what is the percentage change in price of the commodity? Tell me, anyone? Price was earlier, how much? Price was earlier 2 rupees. Now it is 2.20. So what is the percentage change in price of the commodity? So it is simple, 0.2. Price is changing by 0.20. We will divide it by earlier price, initial price, that is 2, and just a minute, 0.20 divided
Sir,
by just a minute, 2 into 100. So we will have a change in price of the commodity as 10%. So when price increases by 10%, demand fall by 20%. Yes, Asad. Tell me.
sir, that's change in quantity, right? Like ED equals percentage change in quantity.
Yeah, percentage change
So,
in quantity.
so like what quantity are we changing? What is the
Quant
quantity we referring to?
Quantity, basically this is our quantity. Earlier at rupees 20, customer used to buy how many units? 10 units of the
10
commodity, right?
units.
When price increases to 2.20, customer start purchasing only 8 unit of the commodity. Hence, there is change in quantity. How much is the change in quantity?
2.
20%. 2 by 2 unit, right? Demand is
Yes.
changing by 2 unit. But when we convert this 2 unit into percentage, we will have this value. The demand is changing by 20%.
Okay,
How
sir,
can
got it.
how can we determine this value? See, demand was earlier it was 10, now it is 8. So how do we calculate the percentage change in quantity? We calculate it as change in quantity divided by quantity into 100. This is the formula. Change in quantity, basically delta Q basically means change in quantity. So quantity is changing by 2 unit, right? And quantity was earlier quantity was 10. So in place of Q, we will write 10. Now multiply by 100. So calculating this value, we will get 20%. This
Got it,
is
sir.
how we calculate the percentage change in quantity. Similarly, in order to calculate the percentage change in price, we have applied the same formula. We have basically applied this formula, delta P upon P into 100. So earlier price was 2, and after that price rises to 2.20. So there is a change in price of price by 0.20, right? And initial price was 2, and we will multiply this by 100%, 100. So we will get 10% as the percentage change in price. So now we can write it as percentage change in quantity is 20%, percentage change in price is 10%. So we will have the value of elasticity equals to 2. All right. So this is our elasticity. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Sir, can we do both the equation, both the formulas?
Yes, you can use both the formula. See, we will do
So
this
the other
same
one
question.
also you get 2 only.
Yeah, we will get the same answer applying any of the formula. So if we apply this formula, the second formula, Asad, we have the second formula to solve this question as well. We have this formula delta Q upon delta P into P by Q. So delta Q basically means change in quantity. Change in quantity is how many units are changing? 2 units.
2.
So we will write 2, and change in price, delta P basically means change in
0.2.
price. So we will write it as 0.20, and P basically means initial price. Q means initial quantity. So initial price was 2 rupees. Initial quantity was 10.
10.
And
So if you will solve this, you will get the same answer as it will be 2. And always remember that elasticity is always calculated in negative value. Elasticity will always have the negative value because of the negative relationship between price and demand of the commodity. If prices increases, demand of the commodity will decrease, and if price decreases, demand of commodity will increase. So because of the negative relationship between price and demand of the commodity, ultimately value of elasticity comes always in negative value. All right. After that, I think we have also covered various degrees of elasticity, right? Degrees of elasticity. See, there are 5 degrees of elasticity. That is basically we are talking about due to change in price of the commodity, how customer can respond. So customer's response has been categorized into 5 parts, 5 different categories. When there is change in price of the commodity, there is a possibility that customer react equally as the percentage change in price. See, for example, suppose this is change in price of commodity, and here we will write change in demand of commodity. All right. Suppose we have what we have done, we have just increases the demand by 10%, and customer at the same time have decreases his demand by 10%. So 10% increase in price leads to 10% decrease in demand. This kind of change in demand is called unitary elastic demand. Demand is equally responding to the change in price. This is called unitary elastic demand. This is called unitary elastic demand. Why it is called unitary elastic demand? Because when you will calculate the value of elasticity in such a situation, you will get the answer equals to 1. You will write it as percentage change in quantity, percentage change in quantity divided by percentage change in price, right? By applying this formula, when you will calculate the value of elasticity in this situation, so you will calculate it as percentage change in quantity is 10%, right? And percentage change in price is 10% also. So we will have the value of elasticity equals to 1. Because we are getting the value of elasticity as 1, therefore we call this situation unitary elastic demand. So this is a first basically first variety, first category of demand, that demand can be unitary elastic. When demand is said to be unitary elastic, when percentage change affect the demand in equal proportion. When demand changes, when price changes by 5%, affect the demand by 5% only, then we will say demand is unitary elastic. But there is a situation when price, let's say price rises by 10%, but demand is changing more than the change in price. Demand is changing by 20%. So there is a possibility like this also, that prices are demand is changing more than the change in the price. If demand is changing more than the price, we will call it greater than unitary elastic. This situation is called greater than unitary elastic. Unitary elastic. Why it is called greater than unitary elastic? Because when you will calculate the value of elasticity in such a situation, you will get answer more than 1. Just apply this formula. Percentage change in quantity this time is 20%, right? And percentage change in price is 10% only. So we will have the answer of elasticity as 2, right? So because we are getting the answer more than 1, therefore we will basically consider this situation as greater than unitary elastic demand. There is a third variety also. When price is changing by 10%, but demand is changing less than the change in price. let's say only by 5%. So this situation is called less than unitary elastic. Less than unitary elastic. All right. And when price changes by 10%, either increases or decreases, but demand do not change. Demand remains same. There is a 0% change in demand. This kind of possibility is also available. For example, price is changing by 10%, but there is no change in demand of the commodity. This is basically called demand is perfectly inelastic. Demand is not affecting by the change in price in any manner whatsoever. So this is called perfectly inelastic demand. And there is a last category when there is no change in price of commodity, 0% change in price of the commodity, still demand is changing. Let's say demand is changing by 1, 2, 3, 4, by any percentage. Let's say 10%. So demand is changing by 10% without any change in price of the commodity. We will call this situation perfectly elastic demand. Perfectly elastic demand. So we have basically 5 categories of demand. Demand can be unitary elastic, greater than unitary elastic, less than unitary elastic, perfectly inelastic, or perfectly elastic, right? And depending upon the type of elasticity, we have different types of demand curves also. So let's understand, if the demand is unitary elastic, what kind of demand curve we will have. Suppose we are talking about the unitary elastic demand, right? So let's take an example to understand this. Unitary elastic demand. In case of unitary elastic demand, what will happen? So demand will change in equal proportion as the price is changing. So let's say price is rupees 10. Earlier it was 10. And at this price, demand was at 200 units. All right. Now what is happening? Price, let's say price increases by 20%. So price goes to 12. When price increases by 20%, it will be 12. And at this price, now 160 units of the commodity is being demanded. So see, there is change in price of the commodity by 20%, right? The price is increasing by 20%. And if you can observe here, demand is also decreasing by 20% only. From 200 to 160, demand decreases by 40 units, right? And 40 unit is for 20% of the 200. So demand is decreasing by 20%. See, there is equal change in price and demand of the commodity. This is called demand is unitary elastic. And when we draw the diagram for this situation, we will have the diagram something like this. Suppose this is the price 10 rupees, and at this price earlier the quantity was 200 units. Now price increases by 20%. Let's say this is 12. So the proportion of increase in price is exactly equal to the proportion of decrease in demand of the commodity. Demand decreases to 160. So see, for price changes by this much. It basically indicate the percentage change in price. This is the change in price, and this is the change in demand. So both price and demand are changing in equal proportion. Both are changing in equal proportion. Therefore, we will have the demand curve like this. This is our demand curve. This is called D1, or you can simply say D, demand curve. So you can see demand curve is linear and downward sloping. All right. Now there is a different situation. There can be a situation of greater than unitary elastic as well. Greater than unitary elastic. In case of greater than unitary elastic demand, how can we prepare the demand schedule? We can make the demand schedule like this. Suppose this is price and demand of the commodity, right? So price was, let's say price was earlier, it was at 10 and demand was 100 units. Price, let's say price declined by only 10%. So price is now at rupees 9 per unit. And when price decreases by 10%, demand increases by 30%. For example, 30% increase will make the demand at 130. So when price decreases by 10%, demand increases by 30%. So 10% decrease in price leads to 30% increase in demand. What kind of situation is this? This is a situation of greater than unitary elastic demand. Demand is responding more to the change in price. Price is only changing by 10%, but demand is changing by 30%. So we will have the greater than unitary elastic demand. And when we make a diagram based on this, we will have a demand curve like this. Suppose this was the earlier price, 10 rupees, and at 10 rupees, quantity was, let's say this was 100 unit. Now price is reduced by only 10%. So price is only 9 rupees now. And when price decreases by 10%, demand increases by 30%. So demand, there is more change in demand of commodity as compared to the change in price. So now price is changing by this much proportion only. This is the change in price only. And demand is changing. This is how much demand is changing. So we can clearly see here that demand is changing more as compared to the change in price. So now this time we will have the flatter demand curve as compared to this. This time we will have more flat demand curve.
Less steep, right, sir?
Yes, less steeper. So basically this is flat. This is steep and this is less steep. So we will call it, this is comparatively flat as compared to the unitary elastic demand. So as the flatness of the demand curve increases, value of elasticity also increases. So you can clearly see here that elasticity of demand in this case is greater than 1. And in this case, we will have the elasticity of demand equals to 1. So as the elasticity increases, flatness of the demand curve also increases. All right. So this is greater than unitary elastic demand. Now we have, if we can have the other situation as well. Third situation is less than unitary elastic demand. And less than unitary, in case of less than unitary elastic demand, can you tell me in this time whether the demand curve will be comparatively flatter or steeper as compared to the greater than unitary elastic? This time demand curve is flatter or steeper?
Steeper.
Steeper, because in case of less than unitary elastic demand, value of elasticity will decline. So let's suppose price was at rupees 10 and demand was 50 units earlier. Now price is, let's say, decreasing by 20%. So price is decreasing by 20%. Basically it will lead to price is now at rupees 8. Price is decreasing by 20%. All right. And demand is increasing by only 10%. So 20% change in price is affecting basically only creating 5% effect on the demand of the commodity. So demand increases to 10% will be 55 units. Okay. So 10% increase in demand due to 20% decrease in price. So percentage change in demand is less than the percentage change in price of the commodity. This is why it is called less than unitary elastic. And when you will make the diagram for this situation, you will see that diagram in this case will be comparatively steeper. So assuming that this was the initial price, rupees 10, and at rupees 10 earlier demand was at 50 units. All right. Now price declined by 20%. Now price is at 8 rupees per unit and demand increases by only 10%, half of the increase in price only. So demand is now 55. So you can see here that the price is changing by this much proportion. This gap is basically indicating percentage change in price, and demand is only changing by this much. So there is less change in demand of commodity as compared to the change in price. Therefore, we will call it less than unitary elastic demand. And when you will make the diagram, it will be more steeper than the unitary elastic demand curve. In case of unitary elastic demand, we have the demand curve comparatively flatter as compared to the less than unitary. In case of less than unitary, we will have more steeper demand curve. So this is the demand curve for less than unitary elastic demand. Now, let's move to the fourth category. Fourth is perfectly inelastic demand curve. Perfectly inelastic demand curve. In case of perfectly inelastic demand curve, what happens that due to change in price of the commodity, demand does not change. There is no change in demand even when price of the commodity changes. So if price was at rupees 10 earlier and at rupees 10, 100 units of the commodity was being demanded, or let's say 200 units were demanded. Now price increases to 12. It may also decrease, but this time it is increasing by 20%, and it is not creating any effect on the demand of commodity. So 20% increase in price does not affect demand. So basically there is no change in demand of the commodity. So when you will calculate the value of demand, value of elasticity, in this case, it will be 0. And can you tell me how demand curve will be presented in this case? It will be steeper, flatter, straight line, parallel, how it will be drawn?
Sir, straight line.
Straight line,
Parallel.
parallel. Okay,
Okay.
just a minute. See, at rupees 10, demand was how much? It was 200 unit at rupees 10. And at rupees 12 also, at rupees 12 also, we have the same demand, right? We have the same demand. Demand is still 200. So when we will make the demand curve this time, we will have the we have the perpendicular demand curve, vertical demand curve.
Mm.
So it will be vertical to x-axis. So this vertical to x-axis demand curve basically indicate that elasticity is 0. Demand is not changing by change in price of the commodity. Even when price increases, demand remains same. When price decreases, let's say price decreases to 7, it will remain same. If this happens, we will call it perfectly inelastic demand. Demand is not responding to the change in price of the commodity. All right, everyone. Now
Yes,
there
sir.
is a last situation. Last is perfectly elastic. Perfectly elastic demand. Any guesses how demand curve will be drawn this time? In case of perfectly elastic demand. In case of perfectly elastic demand, let's first make the demand schedule. This
Sir,
is
that will also be straight line, sir.
that will also be straight line, but
Horizontal
this time it
straight
will
line.
be
Horizontal.
correct. It will be parallel
Horizontal
to
to
x-axis this time. Correct. So let's say price was 10 rupees, demand was 200. Now this time price remains same. There is no change in price of the commodity. Price was 10, it is 10 this time also. But demand is basically changing to 250 units. At same price, more quantity is demanded. So when you will calculate the value of elasticity this time, you will get the elasticity equals to infinity, right? You will get the elasticity equals to infinity this time. Why? Because there is, so when you will calculate the elasticity applying this formula, you will write percentage change in quantity on the numerator, and in the denominator percentage change in price, right? So percentage change in quantity is how much? 0%. Sorry, this time we have 25% change in price, 25% change in quantity, and 0% change in price. Any number divided by 0 will be infinity. So percentage change in quantity is 25%, but price is not changing. So we will have the perfectly elastic demand. And how demand curve will be depicted this time? In this case, see, suppose this is the price, and at rupees 10, earlier demand was 200 units. Now price is still same, but customer is demanding more quantity of the commodity. So new demand is 250. So we can say that demand is changing, but price is not changing. So demand curve will be parallel to x-axis. This is how demand curve will be drawn, parallel to x-axis. This kind of demand curve shows perfectly inelastic demand, or elasticity will be infinity in this case. So all those cases that we have covered, we can basically summarize the demand curve for all of these cases. See, this is how we can summarize all of the demand curve. See, first of all, let's say if demand curve is parallel to x-axis, we will have the elasticity of demand equals to infinity, right? If demand curve is parallel vertical to x-axis, we will have the elasticity of demand equals to 0. If we have a straight line linear demand curve, we will have the elasticity equals to 1. If we have the demand curve comparatively flatter as compared to this one, we will have the elasticity greater than 1. And we have, if we have the more steeper demand curve, we will have the elasticity less than 1. So these are the 5 different types of demand curve and 5 different types of elasticity. You can see here is that when as the demand curve becomes flatter, as you go upward, we will have the more elastic demand. Value of elasticity basically increases as demand curve gets flatter. And when the steepness of the demand curve increases, as the demand curve becomes steeper, value of elasticity decreases. So you can write this statement. Please write this down. Flatter the demand curve, flatter the demand curve, higher will be the degree of elasticity. Degree of elasticity, right? And similarly, steeper the demand curve, lower will be the elasticity of demand. All right, everyone, is there any doubt? You want to ask anything?
No, sir.
Asad, Peer, Steve, is everything
No,
No
clear?
doubt, sir.
Okay. All right, let's do 1 or 2 questions based on this concept. Then we will move to the next topic. After this, we will do the last topic in this chapter, that will be factors affecting elasticity of demand. All right, so this time you will need to basically write the question. Please note this down. Question number 1. We have the price of commodity is given, demand of commodity is given. Let's say price was 30 rupees and quantity was 500 units. All right, and new price is for example 39, and quantity is basically 500 and 450 units. You are required to calculate the value of elasticity of demand. You can use any formula. Either you can apply the formula of percentage change in demand divided by percentage change in price, or else you can also use delta Q by delta P into P by Q. Both will give you the same answer. No need to apply both the formula, just apply any one formula and solve this question. Meanwhile, let me write the other question for you.
Sir, 0.33.
I think 0.33 is correct. What about others? Peer, Asad, Steve? Asad, are you trying?
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay. If you're done with the first question, please also write the second question. And let me solve the first question for you. See, in this question, we will basically apply this formula, elasticity of demand. I am applying this formula, delta Q by delta P into P upon Q. This is the formula. So delta P, we have how much change in the quantity? We have 50 units change in the quantity, and there is ₹9 change in the price. So delta Q is 50, delta P is 9, and price was earlier price was 30, initial price 30, initial quantity was 500. Okay. So solving this equation, we will get 0, 0, 0, 0. So we will have 15 divided by 9, and ultimately 0 point. I think answer will be 1 point something. Samiksha?
Sir,
1.66 will be the correct answer, I think.
sir, we can cancel 3 and 9, and we can cancel 5 and 5, right?
Okay,
In the previous
all
one.
right. We will have 5 as remainder in this equation. Okay. So we will have 45 here. Sorry. Now we will have
So 1 by 3.
so we will have 0.3 as answer.
Yeah.
So this is the correct answer. 0.3 is the correct answer, guys. Any doubt, anyone?
No, sir.
Asad, is it clear to you also?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So see, in second question, we have this equation. This time we have the value of elasticity given. Elasticity is given as 2. Now, initial price is also given. Price earlier price was 50 and demand was at 2000 units. Now we are not basically the new price is not given, but demand is 2500 this time. We need to find the price of the commodity. At what price 2500 will be demanded? So we basically need to require the new price. Earlier the initial price was 50. At what price 2500 units will be demanded? We need to find the price of the commodity at this demand. So how we will calculate this question? We will simply apply the same formula. See, we will apply this formula, elasticity of demand equals to delta Q upon delta P into P by Q, right? And according to this formula, we first require delta Q. Delta Q is given as 500, right? 500, and delta P. Delta P can only be determined if there is new price as well as old price is given. But in the question, old price is given as 50, but new price is missing. So we will not be able to find the delta P. So we will just write delta P. We will keep it as it is. Now, P is the initial price, that is 50, and Q is the initial quantity, that is 2000. And value of elasticity of demand is also given in the question. So this is 2. Now, we will solve this equation by these 30 will cut all these 3 zeros. So ultimately we will have 10 in the numerator, and in the denominator we will have 2 delta P, right? And here we have 2. So we will now cross multiply this. So we will get 4 delta P equals to 10. And we can calculate it like this, delta P equals to 10 by 4. So we will get 2.5. This is delta P. Delta P is 2.5.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear, everyone?
But sir, we have to find one of the price, right?
Correct. So we haven't yet find the answer. We have just find out that there is change in price. Delta P basically indicate change in price. So change in price is 2.5. All right. So we have just find out the value of delta P. So pay attention here. Earlier price was 50 rupees. Now price is changing by 2.5. So can you tell me whether price will be increasing by 2.5 rupee or price will be decreasing by 2.5?
Decreasing.
Decreasing because demand is increasing, no?
Demand
Because
is
demand is
increasing.
increasing, so obviously there will be decrease in the price of the commodity.
Sir, can we also take it as 50 minus X because we already know it's decreasing?
Yes, you can do that also. So we will calculate it as new price equals to whatever the price was earlier, 50 rupees, and the minus delta P. So earlier price was 50 and delta P is 2.5. So we will have the new price is 47.5 rupee. So this is your answer, 47.5. Is it clear, everyone? Asad, Peer,
Yes,
Steve,
sir.
Samiksha. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let's do one more question based on this concept, and then we will move further. This time you are provided with the price elasticity of demand. Value of price elasticity of demand is given this time as 1.5, or it can also be in minus. All right. So you just have to avoid the signs. Signs will not affect the calculation in any manner. Either you use the value of minus or not, it will not affect the answer. All right. Now we will have the price and demand of the commodity. Let's say this time price is given 10 and price is 14. Quantity we have earlier, it was 4,000 units. Now you're required to find out the new demand. New demand at 14 rupees. You have to calculate this. So you are not required to solve this question now. Consider this as your homework. Try this after the class. All right, we will move further with the new topic. All right, everyone.
Okay, sir.
So you are not required to solve this now. Solve it after the class. And if you find any difficulty with the question, so we will discuss this question in the next class. Now moving on to the next concept, next last topic of this chapter is factors affecting the elasticity of demand. See, we have understood that customer response can be summarized into 5 different categories. Customer response to the price can be of 5 types. Customer may respond equal to the price. When there is 10% change in price, customer changes the demand by 10%. Sometimes customer get more responsive, more reactive, more sensitive to the price. So when the slightest change in the price, there will be more change in the demand of the commodity, right? So basically we know that demand is affected by the change in price, and accordingly elasticity is determined. So elasticity can be, for customers, elasticity of demand can be less and it can be more. See, basically to summarize everything, we can simply say that customer response to price can be high or less. So we will be discussing regarding basically in context of two degree of elasticity only. Let's consider that customer, when there is change in price of the commodity, either customer will react to the price or either he will not react to the price. If he react more to the change in price of the commodity, we will say that customer is more elastic. His demand is more elastic. When customer is not responding to the change in price, we will call that customer is less elastic or inelastic. All right. So basically, we can categorize the customer into two different categories: a customer having more elastic demand, a customer having less elastic demand. Through this topic, we are basically discussing what are the factors that affect the elasticity. How can we say, on what factor we can say that customer will react more to the change in price, or whether he will react to less to the change in price? What are the factors that affect the elasticity of a customer? I think we are clear about that when price changes, demand will also change. But demand may change in more proportion as compared to the price, or it may change in less as compared to the price. So when price affect the demand in a way that demand changes more as compared to the change in price, we will say that customer is more reactive, more responsive. His demand is more elastic, that is highly elastic demand. And when there is no change or less change in demand of the commodity due to the change in price of the commodity, we will say that customer is less responsive, less reactive, or less elastic his demand is. Through this topic, we want to determine the factors on the basis of which it is decided whether the demand of the customer will be highly elastic or less elastic. So first is availability of close substitute. See, whenever there are substitute available in the market, right? If there are substitute available in the market, then demand of the customer will be highly elastic. For example, let's talk about cold drinks, right? So cold drink, like we are talking about, for example, we are talking about Coke. So Coke has a substitute in the market, and that is Pepsi. So when price of the Coke will increase or decrease, customer can change their demand accordingly. And when price of the commodity increases, customer can immediately shift to the substitute available in the market. So we will say that customer is very much responsive to the change in price. He is responsive here, he's sensitive, he's elastic, his demand is elastic. Why his demand is elastic? Because he has an option. He has an option available in the market. So whenever a product has substitute available in the market, in case of those product, demand will be more elastic. Whenever there is no substitute or less substitute available in the market, then we will have less elastic demand. So basically, if product have close substitute available in the market, then we will say that demand is more elastic. Customer can immediately change his demand according to the change in price. But if there are less substitute or no substitute available in the market, then customer have no choice. Ultimately, even if price increases, he will have to buy the same product. If price decreases, he will have to buy the same product. Hence, his demand will not change as according to the change in the price of the commodity. Let's talk about salt. All right. So is there any alternative to salt available in the market? Is there any alternative to the salt? Answer is no.
No, sir.
No.
So because we have no alternative to the salt, if price of the salt increases or decreases, we have no option available. We will have to consume the same salt. So ultimately, increase or decrease in price will almost have no effect on the demand of the customer. So in this case, we will say the customer will be less elastic. Customer will be less responsive to the change in price of the commodity. At the same time, when any product have more substitute, for example, soap, there are numerous number of soaps available in the market, right? And suppose a customer is using a particular kind of soap, and price of that soap increases. If price of that particular soap increases, he can immediately change his demand to some other soap. So why customer is changing his demand immediately with the change in price? Because he has the option to choose from various soap available in the market. So whenever there are numerous number of substitute available in the market, in case of those products, generally demand will be more elastic, more responsive, more sensitive. But in case of product which have no close substitute, in that case, demand will be less elastic. All right. So like in India, if we talk about railways, we have only one option, Indian Railways. All right. So if let's suppose Indian Railways start charging more fare from point A to point B. All right. So because Indian Railway is charging more price, customer will